Hey guys, it's me David and welcome back to week 24 of building Crait. Alright guys, I've said this plenty of times where I'm like, okay, this is a segment you do not want to miss, but this is seriously a segment you do not want to miss. This is something you should watch completely thoroughly. Why? Because this is the segment where we finally add the coveted third section. I've been hyping that up for like 10-15 weeks now, that we were going to add another section to Crait, that it was going to be 3 tables long. For the longest time we've been working with 2 tables. We are finally adding that final third table to make Crait a third bigger, and it is something. It really is, honestly. I've already done it. You can't quite see it. You gotta watch the video, but guys, all I can say is that this is epic. Okay, Crait, that now that it's gonna get bigger, this is something that like literally is changing the entire MOC, literally, in a huge way. And I don't even want to talk too much longer. I do want to say that here at the beginning, we're going to dive in, not into actually the building, but I want to show how much Lego I got over the last week. Literally, I think it was like 5 or 6 BrickLink orders came, and then on top of that, I made a trip up to the Lego store and put a lot of cash down on a lot of Lego so we could add this third section. This is a segment I've been planning out for weeks now. It couldn't have been possible without your guys' support through my site Minifigs For You. Guys have been purchasing those figures since I've kind of started talking about it more. The site's down below if you want to support Crait. Thank you guys for all of that. If you if you subscribe and you like and comment and all that, that's also great too. So thank you guys for that. All right, let's get in this segment. It's a long one and it's awesome. Let's go. All right, guys. So we're actually starting the video off a little bit differently. As I said in the beginning, there is a ton of Lego, more than any other Crait segment, that came this week. So not only did I get, let's see, this is 6 BrickLink orders right here, but I also went to the Lego store and picked up a ton, and I mean like a ton of Lego. This must be at least 20 pounds of Lego right here. So we'll start off with the BrickLink orders. What we're going to do is quickly unbox all of this, and I just want to show you, because I've never had this much Lego in like 1 week for one segment, so I figured this would be kind of a cool way to intro to how much we're going to be doing in this segment, because this is going to be a big, long segment. So let's just dive into this real quick and go through these as fast as possible. I'm not going to like go through every little possible detail, but I just want to see what's what. Okay, so this is just some Technic pins for a secret project. I can't tell you about that. It's for Crait. I just don't want to spoil it yet, because it's not going to be something we cover, I think, in this segment. I think it's something we're going to be talking about next week instead. So yeah, all right, let's get this one open. Okay, so this smells like paint for some reason. So I ordered a whole bunch of those 2x2 by 3 bricks, like a ton. Let's get these out of here. There we go. So there's all of that. All right, into the next one. I like how the boxes get bigger as we go down. I think that's kind of funny. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, this one's very exciting. So this is how we're doing our third section. Is we're using, I'll show you, we are using these plates again. And remember these guys, this is what we use for all of this and here. But I was looking to go buy more, and I was like, there's got to be another piece other than this, because there wasn't that many left. I think I bought most of them off BrickLink. But the other thing I came to the conclusion was I forgot about this 16 by 16 plate. So this is actually a new element. I wouldn't say it's too new. It's been around for a little bit now. But they were only about $2 each, and I was like, I figured out that it takes, I think it's 9 of these to cover a gray base plate. So it didn't cost much to actually just buy a whole bunch of these to cover 8 gray base plates. So in here, you'll see there's a ton of these 16 by 16 stud plates, and that's what we're going to be using to finish the third section. So this is a very, very important order This is how we're doing it. So all of these have to be covered with white tiles, which may or may not be in one of these boxes. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I'll put that one down. So the next one. Let's see here. Okay. This one is to finish all the fractal pieces, aka the salt pieces. That's hopefully going to be enough to make enough of the fractals that we need to cover the rest of Crait. I hope so. I think this is 3,000 1x2 inverted slope pieces in white. So bought a whole bunch of these. And I also just want to remind everybody that none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for you guys helping support Crait with my site minifigs for you. Because I've started promoting it, a lot of you have been buying more figures, and hence why I was able to buy so much Lego here. So huge thanks to anybody who has been purchasing Lego figures off my site. Link down below if you want to check that out. The other thing in this box is 1x2 tiles. Of course, that's another thing we need for the plates. So, alright, on to the last BrickLink box here. I think I know what this is. What is in store for us, guys? This last box. Alright. And there's another bag. Alright. So, if you can see it in there, put it up to the camera. That is 4,000 white 2x2 tiles. There they are. That is one of the last things I needed for Crait. 4,000 of these to cover the third section. And also just to fill in if there's any other areas and stuff like that. I got maybe like an extra 100 or 200 left over. But yeah, so this is an important one as well. Alright, so we have done all of the BrickLink orders, so let's go into the Lego store. So I'll just quickly go through this as well. I'm not going to go too much in depth. So first off, I got super lucky. They had 2x2 red tiles. That is something you don't see too often. So that's going to be fantastic for the footsteps of the walkers and stuff like that. I got an entire cup of them. I was like, man, that's lucky. So that was like really awesome. Also, you notice that all the BrickLink, not the BrickLink, but the Pick-a-Brick cups, they didn't have lids at the Lego store. And I was like, they wanted me to just fill up the cups and then just throw it in a bag, but I was like, I can just duct tape them. That would be easier because I don't want to have to sort through an entire bag of pieces. That didn't sound fun. So I was like, can I just duct tape them to the top? They're like, yeah, that's fine. So what's nice about duct taping, is you can kind of fill it up a little bit more than you could with a lid on top. They didn't really care that I filled it up to the point where I was kind of like peninsula, or kind of like being like a pyramid at the top, not a peninsula, pyramiding at the top, so that way I get more pieces than I could without the lid. They were totally cool with it. The Lego store I went to, they were super nice people, and the employees were great. But yeah, so like this is a great example. You can see like I have more bricks on top, and if you had a lid on it, you wouldn't be able to get as many. Now I also do realize if you stack bricks, you get more pieces. So this is just I was kind of in a little bit of a rush, so I just wanted to get everything as fast as possible. So as you can see, a couple tiles and then a bunch. They had the only like small gray brick they had was 1x3 gray bricks, but honestly that's fine. I just needed a ton for all of these will be used for the mountains on the sides, so that's fantastic. And I kind of got a bunch of them. And then this one is assorted between 2x4 gray bricks, and then you can also see there's 2x4 dark gray bricks mashed with the 1x3 bricks. And so that's what a lot of these are, is mostly that. Is 1x3 bricks and 2x4 bricks, because that is what I really honestly need for the wall. All right, and then they actually ended up giving me a Darth Vader pod too. I didn't get this. They had some left over, so that was really awesome of them. So I ended up getting one of these. I didn't get one before, so that's really cool. Let's see, what else? I think that's all the Pick-a-Brick cups. And the last thing I got was an entire box full of 2x6 red bricks for the surrounding edges, but also for the back side, because you know you're gonna have this mountain going all the way up. You're gonna need bricks to fill it. Not to actually fill it on the inside, but the surrounding area need to be filled. So I thought about that, and I was like, man, you know, I think I'm gonna need a lot, so I ended up getting 2 of them. I think I took all of their 2x6 red bricks. So anybody goes to that Lego store, I apologize. So yeah, that's all of that. I'll just put that there, and then I already still have half a box of 2x6 red bricks. So currently I have 3 boxes. Technically 2.5, but yeah. So as you can see, a ton of Lego came, guys. Like, this is literally like, I think if you put it all together, it must be 30 pounds of Lego, at least that. So a lot of Lego here. I'm super excited. This is going to be a great segment. So without ado, let's get on to what we're going to be doing. All right, guys. So here's everything that I just showed you. This is all the Lego that I got today, including the Lego store. So just there's everything. The first thing we're actually going to be doing is covering most of these plates. So these 16 by 16 plates, they're brand new. I love how shiny they are. There's 36 of them here. There's enough to cover about 5 or 6 base plates, I believe. I didn't need to cover all 8, and you'll see why in a little bit. But yeah, there's all those. And then what I did with the white tiles, there's enough to fill up an entire full bin of them. So there they all are. That's pretty cool, honestly. That's a lot of white tiles, though. That is a lot. But yeah, so they're all in there. So first things first is getting these covered with the white tiles, and once that's done, what's going to happen is I got to clear off this table, and I got to move that in, connect it to this one, and we are going to get the third section done today. That is the main focus of this segment, is getting the third section built and connected. We'll probably work on finishing the interior and the rock wall and all that stuff probably in following segments, but I think just getting the whole third section connected and built, I think that's going to be a humongous addition to the Crait mock. This is the final thing we've really needed to do to really head out on finishing Crait. But yeah, a lot of parts, the most amount of parts I've ever gotten for a single Crait segment. But yeah, this is awesome. This is so good. So I'm going to get these covered, and then we'll go from there. We'll see it. Okay, guys, so I've been working for about an hour and a half now, and all of the dark tan plates have been covered with the tiles. So they're all covered now. That's what's left. So there's still quite a bit of tiles left, and I also went ahead and did some more of the, I guess, what are these, 6x6 brick plate things. Anyhow, I still have more of these. They're right here, actually, over here hidden. So I may have to tile more things, because I bought enough tiles to tile the entire area plus a little bit more, so there shouldn't be that much left. So I think we're gonna have some open area that we'll have to fill in. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clear off this entire table. We're gonna go into time-lapse mode. Camera's gonna go here, and table's gonna be connected here. And I'm going to start building, building kind of in terms of laying out all of the base plates, and then I'm going to lay out all of these and see how much coverage there is. And then from there, remember this thing? Remember this all the way back to like the first or second Crait segment? Maybe it was the third or fourth, but anyhow, doesn't matter. I still haven't destroyed it, and you know what? I'm finally going to actually use it instead of it just sitting here. So what I'm going to do is, just like everybody's been kind of speculating for what I was going to do for this final section, is that I'm going to have tunnels, some tunnels, not a bunch, but some tunnels throughout the area. And then I also am going to have those, they're kind of like ditches kind of that go down. You see them in Battlefront, you can go popping in and out. So that's what I'm going to do with this, is it'll be like one of the trenches or ditches, that whatever you want to call it, that lead into the tunnels, the tunnel system. And you'll kind of see how I'm going to do that. But yeah, let's get the table connected, let's get everything laid out, and I'm going to start building some things, and we'll go from there and see what that looks like. So guys, this is the last time you get to see Crait, where it's just 2 sections and a section over here. It's finally going to start really coming together here in just a little bit. So without ado, let's go into that time lapse. Here we go. Alright guys, so as you can see, a lot's been done. So we just went through the time lapse, and as you can see, I haven't put everything together quite yet, because as I started doing all of this, I started realizing that, wait a second, where do I want this to be? Where do I want that to be? And all of that started like coming into my head. I'm like, all right, how am I going to do this actually? So that's why I kind of stopped about a little less than halfway through. And started just like looking at this and saying, how do I want this to work? Do I want it to be systematic? Do I want like a tunnel connecting to everything? Is it just going to be like a little tiny random things? Or like it all just kind of occurred to me that I was going a little too fast with this, and then I wanted to take a step back and think about how I want this exactly to be. So what I've come up with is that first off, I'm only using the tan plates with all of the tiles on them, only in the middle parts, because, and also you won't see them on the edges anywhere. The reason being is because they fill up a base plate perfectly. So, you know, if you take up this and you continue it down, that would fill up an entire base plate perfectly. But the problem with that is because it comes over onto where the red's going to be here. When we build the red wall up, you'll be able to see that dark tan line right there, and that's a big no-no. That's a big no. Don't want that. Don't want that dark tan line at all. It's got to be red. That's just something that I just would refuse. And yeah, there's ways to cover it up, but it'll mess up everything that I've been doing over here, and I just don't want to deal with that. I'd rather just build, you know, with plates and stuff on the sides and edges, and just do that. I think that would be the better route to go. So these plates right here are going to be, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to double this. So we're going to do six of these. So 6 more right here. And then for here, the reason why I left it open and didn't cover it all up like this one is because I want there to be a trench or a ditch, whatever you want to call it, somewhere in here. And I was like, I had to think about, okay, where do I want the ATM 6 walkers to be? And it was all like, I was just trying to imagine where I want everything to be, and where do I want Kylo Ren's command shuttle to be? Where is that going to be flying over? So like I had to really think about it for a couple minutes. Well, not even a couple minutes, a couple, like almost an hour. I just literally sat here and just thought about it. That's a process that a lot of people don't really explain, is that you don't just go and do things. You have to think it through pretty thoroughly. otherwise you're just going to end up with something you may not like in the end. And this is such a big project that I want it to be as perfect as I can get it. Anyhow, so what I've decided is that I'm going to fill in these 4 right here, and I'm going to leave this, so we're going to have like this, and this one, this middle one right here, will be open. And that's where a little trench will be. It won't be big. It's just going to be a little thing, and you'll see how I make that in probably next week. We'll probably do that. Probably won't get time to do that in this segment. As for over here, I'm thinking that I'm going to have, it's either going to be this side or this side where a tunnel is going to be exposed on the end. And I'm thinking it's going to be this side. I think I'm going to leave this side all perfectly built, just like I did all of this right here. Just like how I built all of that. I think I'm going to, maybe I'll have like a little like tunnel opening here, but in terms of like running all the way down, you can actually see inside the tunnel. I don't think I'm actually going to do that on this side. Instead, I think I'm going to do it over here. So I think that's the plan for that. So because of that, I'm going to take all these plates up because these 5 are going to be used for here. And I think, what is this? Yeah, this is 6. So these 6 will be here. These 5 that are right here will go here. And then all of these will be kind of pushed over here. And we'll probably just finish that off, I think. Or I might do another little trench thing similar to what I do over here. I know I want a big one, somewhat big, bigger than about the size of this, but I think I want that to be over here. I think. I don't know. Like, this is why you have to think out things, is I'm just like, where do I want things to be? But guys, first off, like, just get a load of how much bigger Crait is now. Like, look at that. Take that in for a second. It is so massive now. It's kind of crazy, honestly, seeing it this big. Unfortunately, now it's a bit harder to walk around it, but yeah, it's gotten a lot bigger, like really big now. Just wait till all of this over here is filled in. It's going to look even more massive than it already is right now. But now you get the bigger picture. I think that's the best part about. Whoop. I was gonna fall down. Now you're getting the bigger picture of how big and the scale of Crait is kind of starting to set in now. But yeah, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I just said, fill in all that stuff, and then I think we're actually going to cut it there in terms of the end of the video, because this is taking a lot more time than I had expected to. So let me do that, see what that looks like, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I filled in the areas I just talked about. Looks definitely better. But I also went ahead and brought down the Kylo Ren's command shuttle and adjusted the ATM-6, and I was just moving things around to see like what it would kind of look like. And I had the ATM-6 actually right here, and it was just straight head on, and I was just like, that looks, I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look as great as I wanted to. I was like, what can I do differently here? What can make it better? And I was just like, what if I just slightly turn it, because the base is technically a big, you know, angle, like kind of a curve basically. Same with the trench anyways. I was like, what if I angle it like this, and it works I can't tell you how better it, just angling the ATM-6, it really, 9 day, I swear. So what I'm going to end up doing is so I'm going to have 2 more of these ATM-6s, right? So I'll have another one on this side angled this way, and then I'll have one more on either this side or this side. I'll figure that out later, but I'll have another one that's also angled. So because think about it, there's like a circle of them around Luke Skywalker, so it makes sense that they're slightly angled actually. So I think that works perfectly. Yeah, and then you have the angled ATM-6s, right? Instead of just being straight on going forward, they'll be kind of at an angle, very slight angle. It's not like they're going to be like turned sideways. And then you'll have Kylo Ren's command shuttle right here, perfectly straight. And I think that creates a much better flow for how Crait is going to look in the end. I can't tell you how I think this is really going to help things in terms of the look of Crait. just by angling the ATM6s a little bit, like a 15-degree angle that way. Like that's all it takes to make it look that much better. Little details like that count. And what's nice is because it's all, the salt pieces, it's all, stud, it's not technique, and, there's no studs or anything like that. And the way, all of this has been designed, I can actually make the footprint sideways as well. So that's not an issue. So that's what's really awesome about this type of design, is it gives you this advantage where you don't have to make things go straight on. Instead, you can angle it if you want to. That's definitely the best pro out of this type of design for sure. But yeah, guys, just take that in. I'm just gonna stop. Just take that in for a minute. It looks so epic. Like, I want to finish Crait now, because like I want all the ATM6s, I want all this filled in, I want the turrets, I want the mountains done, and then boom, then we're done. I just want to see it now. Like, I can see it totally now. Like, I can envision it in my head now. I just want to make it happen. So we're definitely on that road to finishing Crait, no doubt now. But yeah, it's looking great. It really is. So definitely angling the ATM6, I said a little thing, but I swear it totally makes it better. So I think that's going to be a good idea. I apologize to anybody who's upset about that, but like I said, they are actually in a kind of a circular kind of curve around this way in the movie, so it's not inaccurate to anybody who's getting frustrated by that. So I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, looks great. This is where we're going to leave off, because I'm going to spend some time over the next week figuring out how I want the trenches to work, how I want these little ditches to be designed, and how I want to fill in all of this area on the end and all of that. So that's all going to be pushed to next week. But guys, like, literally we added an entire third of a section to Crait. Like, we literally not doubled, but basically like took a quarter and doubled, or we added a quarter to, or a third, technically a third to Crait. Like, that's awesome. Seriously, that is so good. All right, well, I think this is a great point to leave off. I'll just do one more different angle this way, see what you guys think. So there we go, guys. Crait is that much bigger now. Boy, does it look better. It looks so much better. It's nice now. Now we're really getting to the end. Looks awesome. All right, guys, we'll end it out here. Next week, we're gonna finish all of this area that's left open and get all that figured out. And we're definitely on our way to finishing Crait. All right, guys. The third section. It's here. It's actually it's so much bigger. Like, it blows my mind. It really does. Like, I'm just so happy we're finally at this point where we're literally, I can see the end now. Like, I've been saying this for a while, that, oh yeah, we're getting closer and closer to finishing Crait. Now that the third section is, I would say, mostly built. There's still some things we got to do next week, but now that we've connected the tables and started building the third section, we are literally on that way out. Like, I would say Crait at this point, if I had to put a number on it, we're close between maybe 65 and 70% done. As I said here at the end towards the end of the video, we have the turrets left, the mountains, the interior, finishing the third section out here, and the fractal pieces. I think that's about it. There's some other little detail things that need to be done, but those are the majority things. And I think all of what I just said there, that's very possible to get done within probably 9 to 12 weeks from now. So week 35 is maybe a little bit past that, is a very possible end finale date. Now that I have this third section finally being built, like, it's really starting to turn into the final creation at this point. It's not, there was some hesitation at points and like figuring out where things should go, and there were some slowdowns, but now that this is happening, I can definitely see the other things happening, as long as everything keeps at a good pace, of course. There's no interruptions is what I mean, skipping over weeks and stuff like that. But 9 to 12 weeks from now would be the end of the summer. So that would be pretty great, honestly. I don't want to make any date promises just yet, but we're definitely looking good right now. Now that the third section is, like I said, pretty much built, but we still have some things to do. Now that that's done, we can focus on getting all that other stuff I just talked about done as well. And yeah, it's very exciting to know that we are finally headed towards the end now at this point. Like I said, next week we're going to finish up the third section. We're going to do what I thought we were going to do this section, or this segment, was finish the inside over there, like I said last week. But I thought the third section would be a nice surprise for you guys. We needed a big segment where big things happen, so I figured this would be a good one, good thing to do. And with all the parts that I got this week, it made sense to make the jump and get the third section underway. I must say though, my Lego room here is, now that this is all connected, this thing is huge in this room. It's not the biggest room, so I'm pretty packed around everything. So it'll be interesting to see as the coming weeks how I work around all of this. Now that the third section, I had this nice big, this table, what the third section was, I was using that for a lot of different things. So now that that's being used for Crait, that means I don't have as much space to work with. So it sucks, but it's worth it. Crait looks awesome. And like I said, the reason why I was able to do the third section is because the reason why I wasn't doing it in the first place is I thought I was going to need that table space for the ATM6s, the 2 more that we're going to do. But it turns out that I totally forgot that I'm making everything sectional, meaning everything come apart. It's 2 in the morning, so I'm a little tired. But anyhow, because everything can come apart, when I get the parts for the other ATM6s, I can literally just take the sections off and build the ATM6s and then put everything right back. So there's no point in waiting weeks. It could be another month until I have all the parts for the ATM6s, the 2 others that we're going to be building. It makes sense to get the third section done now rather than wait till then. All right, well, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this segment. It was a good one. That was a great one. Good is that's not the word to use. It's great. All right, guys, I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.